Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ladies, welcome back to Global Force Wrestling. Welcome to Amped Live in front of 518 people at the CT Morhaime Sun Arena. Hello. Hey guys, I want to talk a little bit before we begin tonight. I've been going through a few mental health issues. This is ready to go up, which is a relief. This is only going to be a 24-minute, 27-minute video. It's our next Falling Star video. No, I don't want to save it. It's not exported. So that will be going up today. This should be up tomorrow when you'll get to hear all this. So this is when you'll get to know about this. I have been suffering from severe, bad mental health. This is episode 9 now of this, and that is the Falling Star episode, which you guys have been waiting for, which is episode 5, which we haven't done for nearly a week, because we did 3 episodes in a row of Global Force Wrestling by the looks of it. Because I do enjoy this more than all the other, not being mean, even though Fallen Star is what got me into this. So I want to talk to you guys, because I feel like I've been doing this now for over a month, nearly, and I've enjoyed it, probably less than a month, but I've enjoyed my time doing this. But I want to put more effort into it, and I've been to the doctor today to discuss my mental health because I've been having a major issue with it. So I will be having to go to a few things to sort this out. But I want to be trying to do more videos apart from when I've got work and when I'm busy. So that's the plan, is when I'm not doing a lot, I'll sit down and record a few episodes and just try and get something out to you guys. And I'll try and get a more conventional rota in place. I don't know how it's going to be possible with 4 series, but don't worry, all series are going to be happening going forward. You've got Fallen Star tonight, you've got this tomorrow. I'm going to try and get this at least 2 or 3 or the entire month of November booked, and with the pay-per-view like I've done before, so you get an extra long video to kind of go, I'm sorry, and just so you can enjoy yourselves a bit more of this, total extreme wrestling content. I'm also going to be doing Ring of Fire, hopefully, as well, and I'm hopefully trying to get a WAW video out by Saturday. Yeah, good luck to me. Or Saturday night when I get back from work, depending on what time we get back and how tired I am and how pissed off I am with work. That does stress me out a bit, not being mean. So yeah, guys, I'm going to get on with the show. But just so you know, I have been to the doctors about my anxiety and my depression. And my lack of sleep at night, which is when I should be recording when I can't sleep. But yeah, it's all being in checked, and hopefully you should. I'm not going to let this affect my content as I have been. So yeah, I will get on with the episode. So in a pre-show bout, I've had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Ultraman Jr. and Peripheral Jr. My two masked guys defeated Norman Smiley and Owen Hart in 8:15, when Peripheral Jr. defeated Owen Hart by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Owen Hart was head and shoulders above everyone else at 49D+. Ultraman Jr. is getting better with his gimmick, and that's called if match colour commentary again a match of boost. Owen Hart looked good out there. Owen Hart 62, Smiley 43, 27 Peripheral and 22 to Ultraman. No work for improvements. As we move on to 32E+, in a pre-show bout at Terrible Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Vampiro defeated Bob Holly in 7:42 by pinfall and nail in the coffin. Now it's called this match. Colour commentary again a match of boost. 31 for Bob, 26 for Vampiro. No work improvements at 32E+, not bad. 52D+ in a pre-show bout had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat. Rocky Johnson defeated Steve Blackman in 9:43 by pinfall. Johnson Snuffle. Brought him in once again for a one-night deal just to utilise him because he's a good worker, and also because I needed him because he's got minor negative in momentum, and so I had the other guy who he was meant to face, which was Ultimate Warrior. So in a terrible pre-show bout, the Ultimate Warrior defeated Taz in 9:46 by pinfall. Big splash. Taz and Ultimate Warrior don't seem to click, and it made for an awkward bout. Now Scottish match, colour commentary together match of boost. Taz 23, Ultimate Warrior 43. Ultimate Warrior is improving in Rumble. Next up is a 61C, which is why this is the main event. In a decent pre-show match, Dutch Mantel defeated Dutch Mantel, Trudy Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Sid Vicious and Jarrett defeated Mankind, Phantom Sting, The Undertaker, Vader and Nikolai Volkov in 11-6 when Dutch Mantel defeated Phantom Sting by pinfall the pile driver. Paul Bearer did good work at ringside. The NASCAR lift match, colour commentary together match of boost. Jarrett 51, Vicious 43, Arn 61, Truly 61, Dutch 58, Nikolai Volkov 65, Vader 58, Undertaker 55, Phantom Sting 52, Mankind had a room performance of 57, and Vader improving in performance. Not a bad match actually on these guys. And I think, you know, it's a good way to close off the pre-show. So in our opening match tonight, a decent match, the Hart Foundation defeated Bushwhackers in 8:07 when Jim Nadine Hart defeated Luke Williams by pin for the Heart Attack. In terms of ring work, Bret Hart was head and shoulders above everyone else. That's qualifying match. Colour commentary a match of Boost. Luke Williams 56, Butch Miller 55, Jim Nadine Hart 67, Bret Hart 80, and Luke Williams improving in performance. A 73B minus, not a bad way to open up tonight's show. And then what the hell? Jim looks very angry and attacks Bret from a low blow from behind. Bret, we're done. No more tagging. You're a waste of space. I always get the pin. No more Bret. At the Great American Bash, we will meet one-on-one. He then stops on him again. So yeah, Jim Nadine Hart's called it an end. The Hart Foundation have split up. Yes, I am calling it now. In November at the Great American Bash, which is what we bought when we bought Jim Corbett Promotions, we got the rights to use it. So I'm going to be using it just to help me remember my pay-per-views. I'm booking it in now. Bret Hart, Jim Nadine Hart, one-on-one in a singles action. From this point forward, they're no longer tag stars as singles. As of next week, the Nasty Boys make a return. I did kind of hint when the Nasty Boys come back, I might split the Hart Foundation up, and I have decided to do that. I'm going to push Bret more to the main event. And have him sitting back, because he's already ready for the main event. So, we're going to give him a quick feud over the next 2 months. And in the new year, he'll be pushed towards the main event a lot more. In a battle of decent wrestling but little heat, Marty Jannetty defeat Chris Benoit in 7:39 by pin with the Rocker Drop. 55C, Chris Benoit, Dembo's gimmick. They have great chemistry and showing their performance. Now it's quality match. Colour commentary again, a match with Boost. Marty Jannetty 48, Benoit 52. No worker improvements. But I think we got the show off to a bang. We'll get the show off to another bang. A 73B minus. You see this on the shoulder of Miss Elizabeth? Oh yeah, it's still here. It's my title and you will love it. I am and will always be the defending champion. You see, with Miss Elizabeth by my side, anything can happen. Before he can finish what he's going to say, Terry Funk comes out and goes, "Shut up. I've had enough of this, and so have management, and at the Great American Bash," I've now abbreviated because it's too difficult to write every single time, "I'll get a rematch after Miss Elizabeth interfered. You see, we're going to do it to my style match. You see, I asked, and I've been granted a no DQ match. See you soon, Randy." So yeah, another match being confirmed for the Great American Bash. I might put that onto Dornment until I can get it on telly, because I do want to bring it in at some point. But at the Great American Bash, oh, I didn't do it right. I like you guys to see, you know, what's going on. I still haven't done it right. Is there a no DQ option? Castic. Extreme Rules. No DQ, there we go. So there's no rules, it's just going to be, the reason I'm doing a no DQ match is I remember I checked it beforehand and it is a standard wrestling match. As you'll see, it's just a regular match. But, you know, there's pinfall, submissions, time limit, stoppage, 10 count or knockout. There's no, you know, so that's a good little match. They'll be able to use some chairs and weapons and stuff, ladders and stuff. In a 75B match, in a battle of good wrestling, a decent match from the crowd. From the crowd, Rock and Roll Express defeated the Fabulous Freebirds in 7:44 when Robert Gibson defeated Mark Haynes by pin for the double drop kick. Now it's quality to lift the match. The colour commentary again the match of Boost. Haynes 70, Terry Gordy 75, Gibson 63, Ricky Morton 61. The AWA tag team storyline has advanced and gained heat. 75B minus, not bad. 75, another 75B minus. Dusty Rhodes and Jimmy Snooker in the back. But they don't come to blows at the moment. I will confirm it for now. In fact, they will be re-meeting. I'm going to confirm it now just so you know that these guys will be meeting at the pay-per-view. I'm just going to read this in a second, so I've just remembered something. I want to check something about it. Because there's a certain wrestler I want to get in, but he doesn't debut till after December. I want to know when he debuted. He's only 41 years old. The person I'm looking at. The person I'm actually looking at. So he debuts in 1994. That's when Rhino debuts. Chris Jericho, from what I remember, who is the one I was meant to be looking at but didn't look at. Guys, this is who I'm looking at. Chris Jericho, his debuts, I think, according to the Wikipedia page, 1990. So we got about 2 years till he comes out. I haven't got a clue when Rey Mysterio comes out either. I think Rey Mysterio is next year, but we'll keep an eye out for him. So Rick comes out and goes, I beat this unknown guy. Can't remember who he is. Woo! You know I can go on to bigger and better things now. And then Adrian Adonis comes out and goes, no you can't, Rick. You see, I've been told about having a best of 3 series. You're 1 up. If you win at Great American Bash, you'll be able to get rid of me. Who the hell do you think you are? I am the jet-flying, limo-riding, womanizing son of a gun. Woo! So sod off, you punk, and leave me the hell alone. So then he storms off because he obviously knows he's not going to get out of it, which is good, you know, keeping the storyline going and the reason for the next 2 matches. So yeah, I can confirm that at the Great American Bash, if Ric Flair gets a win over Adrian Adonis at the American Bash, he will not have to face him at Final Evolutions. But if he does lose, he's going to have another match. Who's the better man? And then Adrian Adonis goes on into a superb match against Jerry Lawler. He defeats him in 8 minutes 10 by pinfall adorable dog. Now it's qualified match. Killer come together match of boosts. Adonis 77, Lawler 75. No work improvements. I like to think a wrestling show should be about wrestling, whether it's on TV or not. You know, an angle should be spare. So I like to do as many, have it as even as possible. And I don't know if many people notice that I do that in any of the companies. If I can, have the action spared. So in a decent match, Larry Zbyszko, Sergeant Slaughter and Haystacks defeated Lex Luger, Lance Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich, and Haystacks defeated Lance Von Erich by a pinfall elbow drop. Who was the Reeklin struggling to keep up their nice performance. Nice qualified match, Cooler 100 gun match Bruce. Von Erich 59, Lance 39, Lex Luger 64, Haystacks 52, Sergeant Slaughter 68, Larry Zbyszko 67. Don't think his push has ended just because he's not very good in the ring. I am pushing him to the moon. And then the 61 team, Wally comes out and goes, you see, The Undertaker's a good wrestler, and I understand I won't get another shot for a while. Oh, yeah, you can. My Undertaker has said you can, on one condition. You see, you beat Mankind, but if you can beat him and my Undertaker, you'll get another shot. Oh, yeah. And then Wally goes, fine, you on. See you at the Great American Bash. So yeah, he's kind of going, we'll do it at the American Bash. I'm not bothered. So, at the American Bash, I will now confirm it. I'm going to confirm 2 things in a minute. So, it's going to be a 3, 2-on-1. And that's a... Where the... I can never find anything I want. Because I do have a lot of matches just so that I can use variety. So, at the American Bash, the Ultimate Warrior... We have to take our current reigning Next Gen champion, which is the first time the Next Gen champion and defended his belt at a show, I do believe. And he will have to also take on Mankind. Now, do be aware that we do have the European TAKEOVER show coming up in November. I am not planning anything for it just yet, but I will be booking just a randoms, because it's going to be like a bona fide live house show pay-per-view style event with a few random matches thrown in just for the fun of it, just to get some good ratings and just to get us out there. I don't know where we're going yet in Europe because it won't be a big crowd. But because of this, Vader, who is a good friend of mine, I wish he was, especially with how he's been lately, this is going to be taking on him. Sting, and I'm also going to confirm it now. Where is he? Haystacks. So yeah, the Phantoms. So that is what I wanted to plan. Just be warned that something big might happen. And on the Europe show, which is coming up next Sunday, a week on Sunday night, we will be having a 6-man tag. I'm booking this. I don't know if we'll be having many title matches at the show because it's just a bona fide house show. I don't even know if I'm going to televise it. Where it will be Dusty Rhodes, Hulk Hogan, and Terry Funk taking on Bob Orton Jr., Jimmy Snuka, and I can't remember the other guy, Randy Savage. We're also going to be doing the things where we've now confirmed the split. I will now confirm it for you. The British Bulldogs will get their rematch against the Lightning Express at that event, so be aware that's going to be happening. Also going down on that show will be, this is a tag team match. I'm only going to be booking a certain amount of matches. I want to book them now just so I remember what I've got written down because I will forget. Which will see Bret Hart tagging with Adrian Adonis to take on the team of Jim Nadine Hart and, of course, Ric Flair. We ain't going to Europe and not booking these guys in. You know. Sorry about that. My phone has just rang. Ding. Thank you, phone, for making me jump out my skin. The UK boys will have to take on, not the Von Erichs, the Nasty Boys in action, who are will make their return next week. But they'll also be at the show and they'll be taking on the UK boys, which is probably a bad idea. Actually, I've just remembered that the Nasty Boys are not very far up the card, so that's a bad booking decision by me. So I will be putting them up against the Bushwhackers. The UK boys will take on the Bushwhackers for the titles. And the reason being is I want some belts on the line at the show, just so that it's a bit more, you know, people feel like it's a reason to come out. After recent events, the going on over in the company, and we're going to be doing a champion versus champion match, as Shawn Michaels will get to face The Undertaker in a champion versus champion match, which I don't think's happened before, but I hope for them to have faced since I've run the company, but it'll be quite good. Let's just check. Andre the Giant will be taking on... Oh, no, Jerry Lawler will be taking on King Kong Bundy. And whoever Jerry Lawler's feuding with, which I can't remember, is Ricky Steamboat, will be taking on Andre the Giant. And that will be our main event of the night. I'm just saying now that Andre the Giant will be main eventing of the night. And that is the full card I'm booking for now. The show isn't going to be a 4-hour pay-per-view like we normally do. It will probably just be these matches, and it'll probably be about a 2-hour show, so there won't be as many angles on it because of the thing. It'll just be a load of wrestling back-to-back, so it shouldn't take too long to book, but I'm looking forward to it. And I definitely booked in that for thing. I get like this, I start pre-booking stuff and I get into it. I like pre-booking. In 80B, just a video hyping and showing you what happened last night in Madison Square Gardens between Hulk Hogan and Bob Orton Jr., as they used to do. King Kong Bundy defeated Terry Funk in a superb match. Funk defeated King Kong Bundy in 8:04 by pinfall power drive distraction from Andre. NASCAR lift match, colour commentary getting a match of boost. King Kong Bundy 71, Terry Funk 76. The Big Brute storyline has continued. And at the Great American Bash, which is our next main pay-per-view, we are going to be locking these guys in with also these guys are going to be getting a no DQ match. I'm saving the big one up for the big match for the where is the no DQ? Because if I do there you go. Yeah, so I'm saving up the big match for the end of the year special, Final Revolutions, at the end of December. I think it'll be good fun. Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, awesome. At 63C, Ollie Anderson's talking to his clients backstage. 76B minus and above, I had superb wrestling and great heat. Andre the Giant, Ted DiBiase defeated Kurt Hanger and Ricky Steamboat in LA 11, where Ted DiBiase defeated Ricky Steamboat by pinfall after distraction. Kurt Hanger was a weak link, okay. Andre the Giant get both his gimmick, NASCAR lift match, colour commentary match boost. Ted 76, Andre 84, Steamboat 82, 65. The other one has a price, and the old heat storyline has continued because we had Jerry Lawler distract Steamboat, and he's improving and flying. 44D, the Phantom Sting and Vader are backstage. I've already put that match. Phantom Sting's getting back with his gimmick. The AWA storyline has advanced to that storyline. and they brawling and have to be separated by a host of road agents. 62C in a decent match. Pillman, Line Express, the UK boys, defeated Eddie Guerrero and the Midnight Express and the British Bulldogs in 7:43 by pinfall, when Brian Pillman defeated Eddie Guerrero by pinfall flying corkscrew crossbody. Dave Boy Jr. has got a medium concussion. They're good. David Dynamite Kid and Jim Conner a good pairing. The injury took a big toll on Tim Horner. Last quality match, the colour commentary going to match a boost. Eddie Guerrero 54, Dynamite Kid 72, David Boy 73, Bobby Eaton 59, Stan Lane 56, Stephen Regal 56, Roy Brookside 50, Tim Horner 42, Brad Armstrong 53, Brian Pillman 50. The storylines, all these storylines have advanced, and Stan Lane improving in Rumble, improving in Techno as well. Phantom Stan Lane, Bobby Eaton in Rumble, Roy Brookside in Performance at 62C, not bad. Then Bret Hart attacks Jimmy Dean Hart backstage, leaving him down and out. So a beat down backstage, getting his own back on Jim from earlier on. And an ATP main event, which I thought would suck because I threw two underdogs into the match. In a superb match, Hulk Hogan, Dusty Rhodes and Shawn Michaels defeated Scott Hall, Jimmy Snuka and Bob Orton Jr. in 9:36 when Hulk Hogan defeated Jimmy Snuka by pin for the Axe Bomber. Bob Orton Jr. 80, Snuka 77, Hall 59, Michaels 60, Dusty Rhodes 80 and 91, and then all these storylines advanced. No work improvements. That's where the screen fades black after that match. And yes. And then after that, in an exceptional post-show match, Randy Savage defeated Ric Flair in 15:02 by pinfall. Randy Savage and... So Ric Flair 92, Randy Savage 94. 68C, not bad. I probably would have got a better rating if it was a main show. A 78B increased the popularity in 22 regions. So gentlemen, I'll see you next week live for another great television show. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, ladies, these are the results from Global Force Wrestling. In Friday night in front of 340 people at the Ecuador. We are live. Anyone, welcome to Global Force Wrestling, and we're live tonight. As you can see, we've got a women's match, and we'll find out why there's a women's match later on this evening. When we open up the main card, you'll find out about the women's match. So yeah, and I appreciate about we didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling. Denise Purderson defeated Babe, the Farmer's Daughter, in Little Egypt in 8:15, when Denise Patterson defeated Little Egypt by pinfall. 39 Demonis, she was a person thing. So, Babe, the Farmer's Daughter, has debuted her Girl Next Door gimmick. It's got an initial rating of average. Denise Pat's Old School Face gimmick's got an initial rating of great. Little Egypt has debuted a Seductus gimmick. It's got an initial rating below average. Little Egypt was visibly timed towards the end. Now it's got a lift match. Colour comment's going to match a boost. Babe the Farmer's Daughter 29. Denise 48. Little Egypt 23. No work improvements. If you can hear that, that's the hamster having a drink. And a 61C, not a bad match actually. And appreciate about that. Decent wrestling, we didn't have much heat. Lance Von Erich, the Phantom Sting, Sid Vicious, Scott Hall and Jeff Jarrett defeated Mankind, Dutch Mantel, Kurt Hennig, Joe Haystacks, Rocky Johnson, and 7:31 Phantom Sting defeated Rocky Johnson by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Kurt Hennig was head and shoulders above everyone else. Now it's quality lift match. Colour commentary going to match a boost. Jeff Jarrett 48, Scott Hall 58, Sid Vicious 38, Phantom Sting 53, Lance Von Erich 37, Rocky Johnson 58, John Haystacks 51, Hennig 69, Mantel 58, Mankind 54. No work improvements. In a terrible pre-show match, Eddie Guerrero, Vampire and Ultraman Jr. defeated Peripheral Jr., Enormous Smiley and Bob Holly in 7:35 when Eddie Guerrero defeated Peripheral Jr. by a pin for the Frog Splash. In terms, Eddie Guerrero was head and shoulders above everyone else. Eddie Guerrero's getting back with his gimmick. Now it's quality match. Kurt Combs going to match and boost. Bob Holly 34, Norman Smiley 41, Peripheral 34, Ultraman Jr. 28, Vampire 30 and Eddie Guerrero 55. Bob Holly improving in performance skills. Not bad. Are we getting to the end of the pre-show? Nope. In a decent pre-show match, Truly Blanchard defeated the Ultimate Ryan Anderson defeated Michaels, Undertaker and Vader in 7:34 when Blanchard defeated Shawn Michaels by pinfall slingshot suplex. Blanchard getting better his gimmick. Paul Bear did good work at ringside, and that's quality. Lifted the match. The colour commentary getting the match a boost. Arn Anderson 63. Warren 46. Blanchard 63. Vader 61. The Undertaker's 51. Michaels 57. The Undertaker improving in performance skills. And I think it's because it was on the pre-show they didn't advance the story. The Undertaker improving in performance. Not bad. A 61C. Not a bad match. In the 72B minus, and appreciate have had good wrestling and a decent match to the card. Jimmy Snuka and Jim Nadine Hart defeated Kevin Von Erich to DiBiase in 808. When Jim Nadine Hart defeated Kevin Von Erich by pinfall the Anvil Flattener. And that's quality lift the match. Colour commentary getting the match with boost. And Nadine Hart 62, Snuka 68, DiBiase 72, Von Erich 58. No work improvements 72B minus, not bad. And we once again open up with Jim Cornette instead of Jim Crockett Jr. But hey ho, once again I mess up this, but there we go. So Jane, you might have seen at live events and early tonight women wrestling. You see, on Saturday night before Halloween Havoc we brought out Glow. Because of this, we have the Glowing Crown has become the Global Force Women's Championship. Tonight's opening match will be 5 of the best going at it to be crowned the first Global Force Women's Champion. Then Jim Crockett, not Jim Cornette, goes, we will be pushing the women's wrestling like the men's. We will not be sexist. We have some Glow stars and stars, former WWF stars and some unknowns. We want you to respect the women as much as our men. So let's get our first televised women's match underway. So yeah, Jim Cornette and Gene Oakland, not meant to be, but there we are. So I actually did change this to a 6-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was a 6 where I changed it at the last minute. So in a terrible match, Susan Sexton defeated Chainsaw, Aoife Moon, Diamond Lil, the Fabulous Moon Eye, and Maine Young in 7:49 when Susan Sexton defeated Diamond Lil by pinfall electric chair drop. Susan Sexton is the women's champion. Diamond Lil is the weak link. Aoife Moon debuted second generation star going. It's got initial rating of great. Chainsaw debuted a metalhead gimmick, initial rating of average. Susan Sexton's debuted a prima donna gimmick, it's got initial rating of great. Diamond Lil's debuted a mini versions gimmick, has got an initial rating of very good. Old School Face Girl has got an initial rating of very good. Fabulous Moonog is getting better with gimmick. Mae Young has debuted her weirdo gimmick, it's got an initial rating of great. And that's quality for match. Look on to get a match boost. Aoife Moon 23, Chainsaw 34, Susan Sexton 52, Diamond Lil 13, Fabulous Moonog 47, Mae Young 30. Chainsaw and Diamond Lil improving in performance, and Diamond Lil in flying. Diamond Lil, Moolah and Mae Young are here for not only I'm bringing in 3 other girls to replace these girls for next week's TV taping from the former Glow. So 38D minus for the first women's televised match, not a bad one. But yeah, these were just here for one night only, just as a special deal. 44-8B. So yeah, Hulkamaniacs. Hulkamaniacs, are you ready? You see this company's on fire, brother. This Sunday we'll be in Europe, and I got a 3 versus 3 tag match, brother. You see, being the Real American, the Great American Bash, I will main eventing it, brother. So I'm confirming that Hulk Hogan will be in the main event. I don't know if I've booked this match yet. I don't think I have. No, we've got some good card already, and we've got another match being added to it now then. And then Bob Orton comes out and goes, once again, you're taking up mic time from some great stars like me. You see me and you tear this place up every time we face. You know, you hate me, and you know you want another chance to lay me out. So again, what do you say, me versus you at the Great American Bash? You know something, brother, you're right. I hate your guts, and at the Great American Bash, I will face you, brother. You see, next week this show is coming to you live from the UK. So yeah, we're going to be live from the UK, because it's just going to be easier from the European show to kind of say we've done it from the UK because of travelling ease and stuff. And I will sit down and sign a contract to make it official. And Bob goes, you're on. See you in the UK. So Hulk Hogan did a masterful job of improvising those interactions with the crowd. The colour commentary match boost. Hogan came out of this looking excellent. The NWA titles advanced and gained heat. No work improvements. What I am going to do though is I'll book it in now so that you know this is your Great American Bash main event, brother. Hogan versus Orton Jr. is going to be your Great American Bash main event, which I think is going to be a bad idea, but oh well. But we'll see what happens. In a 74 B-, in a battle that had great wrestling and good heat, Bret Hart defeated Jerry Lawler in 7:49 by pinfall to submission with a sharpshooter. NASCAR lift match, colour commentary match and boost. Jerry Lawler 74, Bret Hart 75. 55C, then Jim Nadine Hart wins in and beats him down to the mat. Also, some of the matches have changed for this Sunday night, which you'll find out shortly for the thing. So in a decent match, the UK boys and Lightning Express defeated the Fabulous Freebirds and Midnight Express when Brad Armstrong defeated Michael Haynes by a pinfall with a Russian leg sweep. In terms of ring work, Terry Gordy was head and shoulders over everyone else. Stan Lane getting better his gimmick. Ray Brookside seemed off his work. The injury that Tim Horner took a bit toll in that squad for match. Colour commentary match and boost. Bobby Eaton 64, Stan Lane 61, Michael Haynes 60, Terry Gordy 73, Tim Horner 42, Brad Armstrong 53, Stephen Regal 55, and Robbie Brookside 47. For further reverence, the fabulous these two, the Midnight Express, will now be feuding with Lightning Express because Davey Boy is going to be out for 42 days with a concussion. So yeah, I've done that. So Dusty, it seems we're going on to global things. You see, the world champion, it's my job to represent the fans around the world. You see, I'm still holding the AWA/Global Force Wrestling World title. You see, this company's doing some amazing things, bringing the women's division. Now this, Jeremy Snooker comes out from under the ring. He then rolls into the ring. Dusty has not noticed. He then blows Dusty and takes his belts and rolls out the ring. Jimmy Snooker interferes well throughout the segment. Snooker's getting better at his gimmick. The advance of the story, no working period, 76 minus. So yeah, Snooker is now nicked Dusty Rhodes Championship, and he's wandering around with the titles. Where's that going to lead? I will confirm that there will be a match, of course, because the storyline's still going on. There will be a match at the Great American Bash for the belts. I don't know if this sort of storyline has been done before by this point, but I thought it'd be fun, just like Jimmy Snooker's nicked the belts, running around with them. I will book this up properly. Obviously it's already booked, yeah it is. I will book this up properly to do so that all the storylines have their matches set for the show. But I will confirm now that Jim Duggan, who has signed with us, will be taking on Lex Luger at the event. Not only will Jim Duggan be debuting at that event, for the NWA, shall I say, Larry Zbyszko, the NWA United States champion, will be defending that belt against on his own now, Dynamite Kid, who I think deserves a single shot after his partner got injured. So that will be happening at the Great American Bash. Ooh. Yeah, there's a big brawl between Ted DiBiase and Kurt Hennig backstage. I don't know if we've got that booked in, have we? No. Okay, so Ted DiBiase versus Kurt Hennig will be a tag match, I do believe. If I haven't already booked in the other match. No, I haven't. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a tag match between these guys at the pay-per-view. It will be Jerry Lawler and Ted DiBiase, former friends. And they will be taking on, of course, Ricky Steamboat and Kurt Hennig. Because it makes sense, they've tagged before. They had good chemistry tagging. So I do Ricky Steamboat and Kurt Hennig taking on these two at the pay-per-view. At the Great American Bash. I think it'll be a bit more fun. But yeah, the card should start thinking. We did this match again in about a decent match, but little heat kiss. Benoit defeat Mighty Jannetty by pinfall during suplex in the 58C bonus. Mighty Jannetty's getting Chris Benoit, great chemistry. Nice squad lift match, colour commentary match boost. Jannetty 50, Benoit 58. No working pose. I'm trying to push Benoit because I'm trying to prove he's good. And I don't know why Owen Hart has got Paul Bearer with him. Please ignore the fact that Paul Bearer is with Owen Hart, because that's not meant to be the case. He's meant to be having some other manager who's be debuting next week. But I've had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Owen Hart defeated Pillman in 9:37 by pinfall after stretch from Guerrero. Owen Hart had a Paul Bearer very bad. Now it's got a lift match. The colour commentary match boost. Brian Pillman 47, Owen Hart 48. Owen Hart improving in performance and Pillman in technical 51D+. Yep, we're not going to be going with that anyway. So Scott Hall comes out and he goes, "You see, this bullshit, and if any of the TV players have a problem with my language, piss off. You see, you cheer for Sean like he's some superhero. He's not Superman, you know. He's been lying to you this whole... lying to you. You see, he left Mighty Jannetty here high and dry. and now Marty's stuck in this stupid lightweight division. And then Shawn Michaels' music hits, which isn't sexy boy yet. You see, you're wrong, asshole. You see, me and Marty are good friends. You see, I dropped his name, but he did not want to take. He wanted to be a single star, and I left him. But this is not about that. It's about this. And he holds up his United States title and says, you see, I'm the Global Force United States champion. If you want another shot, you got it this Sunday night over in Europe. See you then, cunt. So the storyline has lost some heat because of that. But yeah, now the show in Europe. I didn't even know we had that. I know we had that. Starcade, which is currently dormant, which will be coming back. For the Europe TakeOver now, you've got Andre the Giant vs Steamboat in the main event. You've got Bret Hart and Andre, Adrian Adonis versus Ric Flair and Jimmy Dean Hart. You've got Dutch Mantel taking on The Undertaker now. You've got King Kong Bundy and Jerry Lawler. Randy Savage, Jim Snooker, Bob Orton Jr. versus Dusty. Hulk Hogan, Terry Funk. Scott Hall versus Michaels in singles match. Rush Rackers for UK Boys and the Midnight Express for London Express. Including lots more for this Sunday night. So, you know, bona fide house show. It'll be more wall-to-wall matches, I think. So in about, they didn't have much heat, Nasty Boys defeated Bushwhackers and the Rock and Roll Express in 8:42 when Brian Knobbs defeated Butch Miller by a pinfall double DDT. Next quality match, Colour Commentary in the match of Boost. Luke Williams 53, Butch Miller 48, Joey Sags 29, Brian Knobbs 36, Robert Gibson 64, Ricky Morton 63, no work improvements 51D+. And Joey Sags is going to be sent back to rehab for another period. So that will stop us having to do that, I think, for a while. So in a good match, Larry Zbyszko, Sergeant Slaughter and Jim Duggan, which is where he debuted, defeated Bob Orton Jr., Nikolai Volkov and Ric Flair in 7:50 when Jim Duggan defeated Nikolai Volkov by pinfall with a ringing clothesline tackle. In terms of ring work, Ric and Flair was 10 shots over everyone else. So Larry Zbyszko is getting better. His gimmick, Jim Duggan's debuted his Patriot gimmick's gone a short end of average. He's getting better at his gimmick. Nikolai Volkov seemed off his game. That's quality match, Colour Commentary in the match of Boost. Duggan 63, Slaughter 64, Zbyszko 64, Flair 90, Nikolai Volkov 62, Bob Orton Jr. 68. Jim Duggan improving a Rumble and Zbyszko in performance. Not a bad match. The video plays hyping up their match for the Great American Bash. In a 73B- in a bout of superb wrestling great heat, Jake the Snake Roberts defeated Dynamite Kid in 8:25 by pinfall. Jake Roberts debuted for Snake gimmick, finished rated below average. Dynamite Kid and Jim Cornette a good pairing. That's got a live match, Colour Commentary match of Boost. Jake Roberts 84, Dynamite Kid 77. No work improvements, just a quick match. And then Jake, you see, I have arrived in Global Force Wrestling, and I'll show and have arrived here. Here is Damien, and he gets the snake out of the bag and lays it on his opponent before leaving. You know, as Jake the Snake does. 79B from Jake, that's not bad. In a 78B, I didn't think this would get very much. In an exceptional match, Hulk Hogan defeated Terry Funk in 1944 by pinfall with a big leg drop off the distraction of Randy Savage. It makes the event number 3 of his NWA title. Funk 77, Hogan 93. No work improvements, and he has a stance with the storyline. And then Bob Orton Jr. comes out and attacks him. And we end the show with a 64C. In an exceptional post-show match, Dusty Rhodes, King Kong Bundy and Adrian Adonis defeated Andre the Giant, Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat in 14:35 when Dusty Rhodes defeated Steamboat by Bionic Elbow. Adonis 73, Bundy 71, Dusty Rhodes 86, Ricky Steamboat 82, Savage 94, Andre 81. In 35E+, in a post-show battle, I didn't have much heat in Takeover Wrestling. Lex Luger defeated Avalanche. PN News in 7:34 by pinfall Flying Harm. That's quality for match. Colour Commentary match Boost. Great performance. Luger stood out 10 for Avalanche and 62 for Lex Luger, which I'm not bothered by because Luger was the one who I wanted to get over. 22 in 22 regions again. 7B, not bad. I think these shows need to start being booked a bit smarter, but I'll see you in Europe this coming Sunday night. I'll see you guys in Europe. See you then, baby. Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, live from Paris in Europe in front of 624 people at France. We're in Paris. Is Global Force Wrestling European TakeOver. There's no venues big enough to hold our show, so we had to use generic. So, in a decent match, John Haystacks defeated Phantom Sting in 8:07 by pinfall the Body Splash. 59C, Haystacks getting back his gimmick, now quality for match, colour comp to go the match a boost. Phantom Sting 48, Haystacks 60, Joey Haystacks Brewing Techno. 59C, not bad opener. Then we go on to our first title match of the night. In a battle, had decent wrestling, but a little heat. The Midnight Express defeated Lightning Express in 8:01 when Stan Lane defeated Tim Horner by pinfall. With a rocket launcher, the Midnight Express win the Tag Team Global Force Wrestling Tag Team titles. Yes, championship titles. I have made the decision to pass it over to them to help the storyline. It's because Tim Horner is working for an injury and I want to give him some time off, I'm thinking. But yeah, so that works. So Bobby Eaton 60, Stan Lane 45, Tommy Horner 43, 55 for them. Tim Horner improving finally. Because I don't think at the moment Tim Horner can carry the belts with the injury, so I'm going to take it off him until the injury. 58 C-. I don't think this show is going to get a very good rating because we're in France, and I don't know how many people of our people are over in France because we're only just started broadcasting over there, but we'll see. So an abysmal match, Luna Vanch has defeated Easter Moon in 7:48 by pinfall. The Luna match with the Luna Eclipse. Luna Vanch Psycho gimmick very good, getting better at gimmick. Nice quality of the match. Kirk on to get a match a boost. Luna 28, Easter Moon 20. No work improvements, 27E, not bad. From the ladies, 59C and above had decent wrestling but little heat. The Rock and Roll Express defeated the Fabulous Freebirds in 8:19, where Ricky Morton defeated Michael Haynes by a pinfall double dropkick. In terms of ring work, Terry Gordy was head and shoulders with everyone else. And that's quality for the match. Colour commentary going to match a boost. Michael Haynes 53, Terry Gordy 63, Robert Gibson 43, Ricky Morton 41. No work improvements. In above, I had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Scott Hall defeated Shawn Michaels. Yeah, we've got another title change tonight. By pinfall, Razor's Edge, Scott Hall wins the Global Force United States Championship title. And that's got lift match. Colour conjugate going to match a boost. Scott Hall 53, Michaels 57. United States advanced the storyline and lost heat. So yeah, another title change tonight. Just thought, we'll make these storylines a bit more exciting if we have some title changes that no one was expecting. In a decent match, Vader defeated Mankind in 8:19 by pinfall with a powerbomb. Vader makes defense number 3 of his AWA International Television title, 69C+. Paul Bear did good work at ringside, and that's quality match, colour conjugate match boost. Mankind 51, Vader 70, and Vader improving in technical, not bad. In a 55C-, and above that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. The UK boys defeated the Bushwhackers in 7:45 when Brookshire defeated Butch Miller by pinfall. The Icon on Slam, the UK boys defeated make defense number 1 of their AWA tag team titles. That's quality of match. The colour conjugate match boost. Luke Williams 51, Butch Miller 44, Steam Regal 55, Rory Brookside 46, and the storyline is advanced for that segment. Butch Miller improving in performance, not bad. In a 49D+ and above, I had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Sergeant Slaughter defeated Jim Duggan 8:21 by pinfall. That's quality of match. Colour conjugate match boost. Duggan 48, Slaughter 53, Jim Duggan improving in performance. 49D+, not bad. In a 53C- and above, had decent wrestling but little heat. The Undertaker defeated Dutchman Tower in 7:44 by pinfall, legally using the ropes for leverage. The Undertaker makes defense number 15 of his title. Paul Bear did good work at ringside, and that's quality for match, colour conjugate match boost. Mantel 50, Taker 50, so they're very even in ring, and the Undertaker improving performance, so still improving. In above, had good, decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Kevin Von Erich defeated Dynamite Kid in 7:41 by pinfall with the diving crossbody. Dynamite Kid and Jim Cornette a good pairing. Dynamite Kid and Von Erich don't click, made for an awkward bout. Dynamite Kid 53, Von Erich 42, no worker improvements. 53C runners in 65C and about a decent wrestling but didn't have much each. Jake Roberts defeated Lex Luger in 7:41 by pinfall. And that's quality for match, colour conjugate match boost. Luger 50, Roberts 67. And Jake Roberts improving in performance. In a 40-16, above had subpar wrestling a little heat. Lance Von Erich and Rocky Johnson defeated the Ultimate Warrior in 8:21. Lance Von Erich defeated the Ultimate Warrior by pinfall the power driver after distraction from the Undertaker. And because of the problems we're having at the moment with injuries and stuff, the Great Megan Bash card will be changing again. Because of the injuries, I've noticed that we're not going to be able to do this match unless we make this match a fatal 4-way. So my friends, it's now a fatal 4-way. Yes, we're going to have a 4-way dance. And for that not that 4-way dance, I have decided to add someone to the party. Because the party's, if it's 3 of you, it's a bit boring, so we're going to add someone to the party. So, for this party, it'll be Vader. The Phantom Stick. Of course, Giant Haystacks. And finally, Arn Anderson. There you go. 4016, not bad. Everyone's getting quite shit ratings because they're not very well known. In the battle, I've had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat. Eddie Guerrero, Mighty Genetic, Norman Smiley, Ultraman Jr. and Vampiro defeat Bob Holly, Piffro Jr., Owen Hart, Brian Pillman, Chris Benoit in 803 when Eddie Guerrero defeat Piffro Jr. by pin for Foxbash. The only way I could get the entire lightweight division on the card. Vampiro's getting back his gimmick. Nice score lift match. Colour Contra going match boost. Paul Heyman debuted his City Slicker gimmick. He's got his rating of Paul. Benoit 58, Pillman 49, Owen Hart 54, Piffro Jr. 28, Bob Holly 31, Vampiro 27, Ultraman Jr. 24, Norm Smiley 31, Mighty Genetic 42, Eddie Guerrero 53, Norm Smiley improving Technical, Owen Hart in Rumble, Vampiro in Technical, and Piffro Jr. in Technical. And Paul Heyman has debuted for us. So yes, be aware that he's managing a few people around the block. And 19E minus G's in a abysmal match. Little Egypt defeat Barbie the Farmer's Dawn and Chainsaw in 502 when Little Egypt defeat Chainsaw by pinfall. That's quality lift match. Colour Contra match a boost. 15 for Bobby the Farmer's Daughter. Chainsaw 23. Little Egypt from 11. No work improvements, but hopefully they will improve on the house shows. In a 53C Anderson Perfect had decent wrestling but didn't have much cheat. Anderson defeat Kurt Hennig in 744 by pinfall. Now it's got lift match, Colour Contra going to match a boost, Arn Anderson 63, Henning 60, Arn Anderson improving in Technical, not bad. In a 57C, Dale Anderson about to have decent wrestling but little heat, Nikolai Koloff defeat Ted DiBiase in 828 by pin of the Russian Sickle. Now it's got lift match, Colour Contra going to match Ruth, Nikolai Koloff 51, DiBiase 56, Koloff improving in performance. 43D, Jeff Jarrett in about had Subpar Wrestling a little heat. Vicious defeated Jeff Jarrett in 824 by pin of the Powerbomb. 43D. Vicious really left game. That's quality lift match. Colour Contra match boost. Jeff Jarrett 46. Vicious 32. No worker improvements. In the 56, CM Anderson above had decent match but didn't have much heat. Zabisco, Larry Zabisco defeat Trilly Branch in 733 by pinfall. Larry Zabisco makes defense number 2 of his NWA United States title. Branch seemed off his game. Zabisco's getting better again. That's quality match. Colour Contra match boost. Blanchard 48. Zabisco 54. No worker improvements. 37D in a terrible match. Susan Saxton defeated Denise Presley in 8-5 both in the Venice chair drop. She makes events number 1 of her title. Women's title. The NASCAR lift match, colour commentary having boost. Susan Saxton has a strong connection with a young female demographic who really liked her winning. Denise Preston 32, Susan 35, no worker improvements. But that's something to make a note of. In a 65C, in a decent match, King Kong Bundy defeat Jerry Lawler by pin for the big splash. NASCAR lift match, colour commentary match boost. Bundy 64, Lawler 53, no worker improvements. In an 80B, here we go, these are the good matches now. In a battle, good wrestling and decent match crowd. Bret Hart and Adrian Adonis defeated Ric Flair and Jim Nadine Hart in 14:42 when Bret Hart defeated Jim Nadine Hart by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Ric Flair was head and shoulders above everyone else. Paul Heyman did some good work at ringside, and that's qualified match. Colour commentary gave the match a boost. It's a great performance. Ric Flair stood out. Adrian Adonis 46, Bret Hart 66, Jim Nadine Hart 53, Flair 97. Jim Nadine Hart in technical and performance, which is what I needed. An 80B, not bad. An 82B, in a good part of a good wrestling and decent match in the crowd. Dusty Rhodes, Hulk Hogan and Terry Funk defeated Randy Savage, Jimmy Snuka and Bob Orton Jr. in 1957 when Hulk Hogan defeated Jimmy Snuka by pinfall the big leg drop. Randy Savage and Mr. Lips have great chemistry, and that's quality for the match. Colour commentary match boost. Performance of Randy Savage stood out good. Performance of Hulk Hogan stood out being good. Bob Orton Jr. 55, Snuka 51, Savage 93, Terry Funk 57, Hulk Hogan 92, Dusty Rhodes 59. The GFW Championship Storylines advanced segment, and so it was all 3 storylines advanced. Hulk Hogan in technical and Terry Funk in performance. Still some improvements, and then the main event of the night. An 81B, a better main event I thought it was going to get. In an exceptional match, Andre the Giant defeated Ricky the Steamboat in 10:39 by pin for the body slam. Andre the Giant was really off his game. He's getting better at the gimmick. The colour contract match boost. Andre 76, Steamboat 84. no working proof. The reason I did this match as the main event is Andre's French, and it just, his people deserve to see him live. And in an 80B, after the match, Andre's celebrating, and King Kong Bundy runs in and attacks him. And we end the show tonight with a final rating of a 78B, which is a better rating than I thought I was going to get. I was expecting at least a 75B minus, but I think my wrestlers shone through. I'm going to give it to Andre. I'm actually going to give this show to Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, which I can't believe I'm doing, and Randy Savage. They had the best performances throughout the night. So praise for great performance, praise for great performance, and praise for great performance. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, where my great roster of wrestlers who just performed for France Proud will be live to you from the United Kingdom for our first ever live out from the United Kingdom. See you then, guys.